Hey y'all. Hey. How y'all doing today? Oh, welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. We talk about what we want to talk about when we're ready to talk about it. Today we're talking about Romeca Meeks, I'm sorry. Affectionately known as Mimi. We've been covering this for a while. I wanted to sorry guys. I wanted to this topic makes me a little nervous. Hey Tracy, my love. It makes me a little nervous. Just because it's a sensitive subject matter and because this is a real person, not a reality show. So I try to talk about the topic of Romika with care, and I want to bring up sorry guys. I want to bring up sorry guys, I want to turn this down. Hold on guys, let's turn this off. Okay. Take care of it with care, but I want to bring up the business of Romeca Meeks. And what I mean business is the profiting of the subject of Romeca Meeks. So we're not monetizing on this subject. This I think that this, and I'm not blaming anyone else that is. I'm just saying me coming from Chicago, coming from the South Side, it just hits home. And you guys know we're from Dolton, so Dolton is just literally one exit away from Chicago, on the expressway or the freeway from y'all listening. Where Romika was slain is probably 20 minutes from Dolton. On a good day, maybe 15, depending on how you drive. I want to talk about the business of Romeca Meeks. If someone has something to say, you guys, we always had our call-in show. If you have something to say, we'll let you say something as long as you're respectful. I'll have the link in there. If you have something to say about this, like I said, I'm not down in anyone that does content in there in the media field or nothing like that. I'm talking about the other things that we probably didn't notice. And hold on, I forgot to put the link. Hold on. Other things we probably didn't notice, I thought was important to talk about. Will Carlos be monetized? Okay, hear me out. So Carlos' profile says he on Facebook, he's a digital creator, right? He went up from when we first started covering Carlos from 8,000 followers to 26,000 followers. To be monetized on Facebook, you only need 10,000 followers. He's getting comments after comments after comments. Now he's making his Facebook platform public for us. And recently, he publicly shared, because today's his baby's birthday. So we have to remember in this situation, Carlos is still this baby's father. I couldn't imagine being in this little boy's shoes, where we always talk about Romika and Holly, but let's talk about how Carlos and Romika, how their baby loved them both, right? So can you imagine just having to have those thoughts? Have those thoughts. And the two families probably liked each other. Some people liked some people didn't. And the separation this has caused amongst everyone. So he posted the baby today, and he said, "Today is very difficult for me. Words can't explain how I'm feeling right now. Happy 7th birthday, son. I love you." And then he told us to drop a gray heart or a happy birthday doggy only. And the comments went crazy to drop those gray hearts and happy birthday, right? Now, giving you my opinion. Unfortunately, this is he so far he had 232 comments. Unfortunately, this is a story that Carlos is able to share. This is his story. This sucks, because we're sitting here. This is supposed to be Romika's story, right? But yes, this is Carlos' story too. And he cleared up his Facebook. He cleaned it up. You don't see nothing. But he recently made something visible, and it was just so strange to me. You guys who have been following me here in the Dolton content, you already know. Oh, hold on, I didn't want the ticker going on. You already know. He's at Italian Fiesta in Dolton, where we got those $500 tickets for parking wrong. And this is one of the posts he made public. And I found that very interesting. So that's Carlos in line in Dolton at the Italian Fiesta. I wanted to make sure I dropped that for my Dolton content people. Hey, Gardis. Hey, Charlotte. Isn't this interesting? He's in line. He said it was a 2-hour wait. Let's play it.
Long as fuck. Long as hell. Long as fuck. Long as hell.
Italian Fiesta has to be some good pizza if you in line 2 hours. I'll tell you that. It is good. It is good. But I don't know if I'll be in line 2 hours good. Is Italian Fiesta better than Beggars? Yes. Better than Giordano's? It depends on what you're going for. Just have to tell you. Deep dish Giordano's beats everything, but in my opinion. But thin crust Giordano's, Italian Fiesta beats them out. Okay. Hey Potato. And this video was, hey Tawanda. This video was just on, he posted that video February of I don't know what, waiting in the cold for pizza. No, that's April. I'm sorry. He posted February 9th, 2025. Can you imagine waiting in line for Italian Fiesta in the cold? I haven't been in there so long. When did they get the flat screens at the top? That's how long. They used to have a piece of paper that told you how much everything was. Goodness gracious. Look at that line. So, yeah, I wanted to make sure I put that there. So, yeah, Carlos was over here in Dolton. I wonder, now this is why this is important. If we're talking about Carlos, and not that he couldn't come to Dolton, right? We're talking about where Carlos lived on 22nd and State, right? Over that way. 21st and State. He passed about 3 Italian Fiestas to get to us. The one on Halsted, the one on Vincennes, the one in Hyde Park. He passed all those Italian Fiestas to come to the Italian Fiesta in Dolton. That is something strange. Okay. So I just wanted to point that out. Now let's keep going. You have never heard of a Italian Fiesta, Tawanda? Oh no, we gotta take away your Chicago card. All right, so let's get back to the business of Romika. So will Carlos profit on Facebook? And I know he's gonna be mad because I'm saying this, but it's the truth. It now says he's a digital creator. I don't remember. I didn't see that before. I just started following Carlos, but it says digital creator. He's getting at least 1,000 or more followers a day. Just a simple post about his son. He's like, drop the great. That's engagement. And this is not for pocket watching purposes. I'm wondering if now is his page monetized. And I was listening to this young man named I can't think of his name right now. You guys who are following this, he's popular, and Gigi from Messy Sweet Spot is popular. I forgot the guy name. It's Big Somebody. If you guys know the name, put it in the chat. But he they were talking to Quadir, who, he brought out all this stuff about Romika and dropped those videos. Carlos knew to give Quadir those videos because he knew he would drop them, right? So he had this music out. The music didn't have this many followers as he has now. You know what I mean? So will this allow him to monetize off this situation? It's just something to think about. It's just something hey, Carefree. It's just something to think about. Is it his story to tell? Part of it is. He has more rights to the story than I do sitting here talking about it. But is it right? if he is. So that's just the question I wanted to put out there. And he's getting followers every day. I mean, thousands upon thousands. People want to know. They want to know what's going on. Okay, let's go to the next portion I want to talk about. Okay, this young man named Sergio, he made Romika's dress. Oh, guys, hold on one second. I'm so sorry. One second. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Of course, I go on live and this happened. Be right back. Okay, back guys. Sorry. Okay, so I want to talk about this young man named let's get to it. He made Romika's final dress. Sergio Champion Dior Valentino, a Chicago designer. He does proms and things of that nature. Now, the reason I'm bringing up a dress, I saw another content creator. I'm sorry I don't have it right with me, but they did great. They covered the dress of Romika, but they had it wrong. Okay, so what you see here, and you guys know we talk fashion over here. I think it's a beautiful color for Romika. And he made the dress for Romika and her family. Now, I dress loved ones for homegoings a lot, unfortunately. The funeral home calls me to do that. If people don't know what to shop or they just don't have the energy to go through the closet of the deceased, sometimes I'm hired to do this. You have to make sure their neck is covered, their chest is covered, and their arms are covered. And I think Sergio did a great job of that. Now, what I can't tell is this is what I can't tell. Is that like a scarf? You know how you have the bandanas? Is that a bandana print on the arms? I think that's very creative. I heard that it was hand beaded. The bandana print was hand like crystalled. I think that was a beautiful thing. Now Sergio is getting all type of slack, right? People are saying, oh, you trying to come up because of Romika, you're trying to make a bag off Romika, and he addressed it. We're gonna play that next. But I feel a way about this. He asked the family if he could do the dress, and he wanted to do it free of charge. From what he was explaining, the story touched him and he wanted to do something good. I think that him posting this is okay. And I took off my fashion hat for that, because I've seen people post loved ones in their final rest in the casket on social media, right? Not their loved one, someone else, just to show off the fashions. Okay. So the fact that he just posted it on a mannequin to show his work and he did the dress within 24 hours, I was really happy about that. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, because he didn't have to post anything to appease people. But the fact he didn't post this baby in her casket, I am fine with that. I think it's nothing wrong with it. He has and then also fashion when you're doing something for the deceased, you do take a picture of it laying down. You don't take a picture, because people were getting on him like, why do you have it laying on the ironing board? That's how you take the picture, because when our loved one is gone, unfortunately, we don't look at them eye to eye. We look down on them laying at rest. So to get the idea of how the look will look when you send the family a photo, you send it laying down with the arms crossed. So I just wanted to give my little opinion on what Sergio posted. Now let's hear from Sergio. Okay, he made a good point. So I'm going to play this video. He made a great point on how everybody was getting on him. Now, everyone posted what they did for Romika. This was a tragic death. I think that it's okay to post it in remembrance of her. I don't think it's because of the popularity of it all. I'm so sad that caskets even have to be wrapped, because that's like what you do for the young people. And to see that caskets have to be made in smaller sizes for kids and made with wrap with cool stuff. You know, we should have granny caskets only, grandpa caskets only, but life doesn't work like that, right? 100-year-old caskets only. Life doesn't work like that. So this young lady, she did the wrap for Romika. Okay. And that's her doing the wrapping for Romika for her casket. And beautiful job. And it was posted. It was no problem. Sergio posted the dress and all hell broke loose. I thought that this person did a beautiful. You got to be very patient to do something like that. That's beautiful. A beautiful girl. It's just so sad that this even have to be. Oh my gosh. And we're gonna talk about Holly next and how. Let's get to Sergio first. So they were eating Sergio up for making the dress, not for making the dress, but for posting the dress. And let's hear the explanation. I did put Sergio's link in the description box if somebody want to check it out without my commentary. But let's go ahead, and I thought that was really kind of him to do that. I don't. It's hard to do things for funerals. I don't see him doing something like that for clout, because he does a lot of proms. I guess prom and homecomings. But let's see what he has to say.
Who you talking to?
Hold on, y'all. Trying to see how I messed it up. Let me put the link in here because it's kind of lengthy. So maybe y'all want to watch it. I can't get it to play, y'all. Hold on. I had it playing a second ago. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Okay. I'm gonna put the link in there, then I'm gonna let you guys I'm gonna here go the link to Sergio video. Okay. So this is what happened. So he made the dress for Romika, right? So he made the dress for Romika. All was good. And then all of a sudden, and y'all look, it's playing now, but sometimes I'll be like, maybe the Lord didn't want me to play that. So I just kind of slow down. So he made the dress for Romika, and then after he made the dress for Romika, he went ahead and after he got in touch with Mama Tina, he went ahead and delivered the dress to Leek and Sons. So Leek and Sons is a popular funeral home. We talked about that here. Remember, older Leek, we call him Mr. Leek Senior. He actually was married to another Mavis Staples. He was married to Mavis Staples, another connection here in Dolton. So um he went and dropped, he had to have the dress made within 24 hours so they could start getting her ready for her final day. And so he went to Miss Tina's because of course you have to have the undergarments for the person that passed. So they went to the store together. And he said that Romika, that even though he didn't want anything, Romika's uncle gave him some money and Miss Tina gave him some money, even though he didn't want it. And then at the funeral, he stood there. He made sure that nobody stepped on a train of her gown. So I'm assuming that the gown train here that we see, it went all the way down to past. That's a lot of fabric. So I'm assuming that he made it where the gown came out the casket and kind of cascaded down. So that's just beautiful. So he said he hand beaded everything, got it there. He stayed, he helped, he made sure that nobody, that she didn't have her hair out of place, didn't have anything out of place. He stood by the casket as a designer, which I thought was great too. He didn't just sit in the audience, he stood by the casket, made sure that everything was perfect. And he thinks of Mama Tina as a mother figure to him now. And so now he's getting ready to do a pageant, and he's going to include Romika's shades of pink into his pageantry. And I think that's wonderful. So I wanted to just speak on the business of Romika. Like, we don't know if Holly got some stuff monetized. We don't know if Carlos got some stuff monetized. This is a hot story that everyone's talking about. But what if this is really happening? What if they are monetizing off the story allegedly? Like I said, it's Carlos' story to tell too, because he was there. As much as I don't like it, is his story to tell. Um, the only thing that really irritates me about this situation, not the only thing, because of course this girl lost her life senseless for no reason. The thing that irritates me the most about this story too is that no one knows what happened. Everything is hearsay. The witness said she does not want to come forward. She does not want to come forward. And I can imagine, can you imagine being a witness to what happened to Romika? In Chicago. Like, we seen The Wire, we seen Power, we know how all that go, right? So she's panicking, and I can imagine her boyfriend at the time. I remember the witness saying that her boyfriend at that time was on the scene. He probably like, don't come forward. But I'm wondering why it's so many different stories when this happened in broad daylight. Why is this so many different stories? This happened in broad daylight. So I think people should keep their eyes on the business of Romika. And I don't mean just people doing content. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people you would least expect that probably can monetize off this situation. Hey, Rebecca. It's very interesting that Holly's not vocal. Some of her family is vocal. Carlos is now being more vocal. So let's get back to the birthday post first. So while he has this post up, do I believe that he doesn't I think what I want, and it's not about what I want, but I'm just saying, if I could speak for possibly some of us in the comments, I think what's needed is, why isn't he telling us at the crime scene when he said it was self-defense? That kind of burnt me up. And then after the crime scene, he's on Facebook, but he's not addressing that two women he both was in a relationship with. No matter, like, I know a lot of people are like, well, he wasn't in a relationship with Holly. Well, he was in something because she got pregnant, right? Um, these two women fought and one didn't walk away, or not fought. I don't mean like a fight, but they didn't like each other, all because of him. All because of him, they didn't like each other, and one didn't walk away from in front of her baby school. And the debate, if it was in front of the school, down the street from the school, 5 blocks from the school, I don't care. That girl should not have lost her life. Let's look and watch and just see the story in the business of Romika. The business of Romika. We're noticing, like, it's funny because I'm not, if you guys don't know, I'm not a content creator. I don't do the deep dives. I'm not going to do that because I'm scared to mess up something. I told you guys that over and over when we talk about realistic stuff. Last night we were talking about school district 148 and what was going on here, and it's not important to me to have the first T on something. And even though we had an expert on the panel, it's not important for me to drill and say, tell me the tea, because I could be messing up someone's job, someone's livelihood, someone's life, and I'm not in the business of that. When it gets down to this, I don't want to mess up any kind of investigation, but I do want to look at some things that make me go, Now it says Carlos is a digital creator. Okay. Now it's drop the great hearts in the chat. And the engagement, the more influence, the more coin. Just my thoughts. Just my thoughts on that. Something to keep your eye on. And as for Sergio, y'all let Sergio be. Sergio made the dress. I think he's okay to post the dress, as long as the family is okay with it. If the family doesn't have a problem with it, y'all, they were trying to cancel his business. They were just going out, just way left. But other people were posting event planning. I was listening to Gigi. Someone kept saying that their daughter made a flyer repeatedly. Everyone has something to say about, and then we found out she didn't make the flyer. She made a AI page or something like that, and somebody shared it, and now she wanted full claim over the obituary. This girl lost her life. Pray for the family. Pray for the family. Listen. It's okay to listen, engage, research, listen to the facts. But I just think that I hope that this baby's case does not, and I'm sorry I keep calling Romika a baby, but she's almost like, she could be my daughter, right? I pray for her mother and her sisters and her uncles and brother and the little baby that today is that birthday. And I was looking at the past birthday. Did you guys see that past birthday? That, hold on, let me share that. Did you see what they did last birthday for the little baby? Hold on, guys, let me pull it up. Hold on, y'all. I think I saved it. I felt like I saved it. Might have. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I want y'all to see this. She did a beautiful thing for the baby birthday last year. Hold on. I must have not saved it on this part. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know if I saved it over here. So the baby last birthday, which was in 2024, they went on a birthday trip. They brought him cake, her and Carlos. So this is just last year. This is what just kills me about this whole situation um with Holly, Carlos, and Romika, because you could tell they were still having a ball even together, even in 2024. You know what I mean? So how did it come to this? I mean, love, passion, it comes to that. But sometimes, especially if somebody's lying to you. So this is what she shared in December of 2024. Okay. She shared this with the baby, and I'm only gonna turn it down because we're not monetizing this, but I don't wanna us to get cut off, disconnected. Okay, let's play it. Let's go on a living spree. Shit, they say the best things in life are free. So that's Carlos and the baby. And they says they trip out of town to Tennessee. So they went to Tennessee. They having a ball. Yeah, that dress is beautiful. I think they did a great job. So this was just so if the baby turned 7, okay. So the baby turned 7 this year. This was last year. And she posted this December of 2024. This was last year. Now they just hope here it is. This is what right here. So they got his room decorated and look at what they're doing. Now, this is in Tennessee. Hold on, see if we can hear it. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carlos. Happy birthday to you. I think we'll end it there. I wanted y'all to see that. We'll play this out and we'll end it here. That's her and Carlos singing happy birthday to the baby. This is crazy. Just last year. All right, you guys, take care of yourself and each other. We'll end it here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.